Hey everybody, it's Russ. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the AMC stock story. Today I want to do a video on the strategy of divide and conquer. And it's something I'm probably not alone here. I've always talked about this, how much I enjoy watching AMC YouTube videos. And it's really gotten me through the last 2 years. I don't know, maybe it's gotten me into trouble over the last 2 years watching too many AMC videos. But you get involved with this play. And it's hard to talk to non-investors about the AMC play because you end up sounding like a conspiracy theorist or a crazy person, or they just don't understand it. So when by watching YouTube videos and leaving comments, and people watching my channel and leaving comments, I feel like I have that group that I can go to and either vent or just that shares in the experience that I'm going through, and I get strength from them, and I hope I'm there some way to provide support for other people as well. But lately, if you watch the videos, obviously there's a lot of conflict within the community. Now there's a strategy that people can employ, and it's called divide and conquer. And it's really simple. Let's say we're up against we're a fighting force, and we're up against another fighting force. And maybe they're actually superior, or they have a better defense. And if we just attack them straight on, we're going to lose, right? Because they're stronger than we are. But time is on our side, and we don't have to attack immediately. How do we try to weaken that opponent? Well, let's say there was an issue within that army on the other side that there was created conflict, right? And what if we could infiltrate through social media or messaging or propaganda? We could get into that community and spread this divide, right? And spread it so much that instead of that enemy party now being this one unified, stronger force, we've divided them into two feuding forces, right? That all of a sudden really don't like each other, and they start fighting amongst themselves. And when they're weakened, that's when we can attack, or they're not going to be able to provide a better defense for themselves because they're so divided and so split, and they can't agree on anything more. They're not going to agree on what's the best defense, and it's going to be easier to take them over. And that's how I feel within the AMC community. When I joined it, it was hey, buy and hold. It was one AMC community, right? And we were up against the 1%. We were up against the hedge funds. And then as time went on, we felt like we were up against everybody, including AMC. And I see people, and listen, I posted videos taking the AMC insiders to task for selling their shares. I posted a video on Adam Aron saying, hey man, this is your last chance. We watched our stock go from $60 down to $3. We watched you absolutely decimate our investment with APE. If this reverse split, and I understand the concern of it, I do. If this thing blows up and destroys the stock again, it's over. You're going to have a revolt on your hands. People are going to sell. They're going to cut their noses off to spite their face. They're going to go to the GameStop movement. They're going to go buy Regal stock just to spite you. And I've said that. But there's also part of me, I did those videos, but I don't constantly do it every day. And I'm not saying, Adam Aron should be arrested and go to jail and go to prison and he's the devil. And part of the reason why I don't do that is I need other people to invest in AMC stock. And if we're constantly talking about how awful and evil Adam Aron is, why would any rational thinking person that hasn't invested in AMC want to invest in a stock with this horrible man, this devil, running the company? So we may have our issues, but we still are going to need people to buy AMC stock. And if we just completely villainize Adam Aron, is that really going to help our cause in the end? I don't know. But it certainly creates a divide in the community. People who support Adam Aron, people who don't. And trust me, I'm as suspicious as anybody now. I believe in that, right? But what are you going to do? Have the man resign right now? And who's going to replace him? I know the Ape Father has volunteered to replace him. But seriously, who's going to replace Adam Aron right now in the midst of this? And what would that do to the stock? So I don't have an answer on that. It's just that every day I don't go on YouTube and bash Adam Aaron. All right. And then within the community itself, I try to be supportive of other YouTubers. I don't try to attack people. And I've had a few issues over the years. But what good is that going to do? I don't like to start these, wrestling feuds just to get views and, it's conflict. We don't really mean it, but I'm going to go after this guy. People watch my channel, people watch their channel. It's a win-win. I don't do that. I try to stay positive. I try to support the other YouTubers and other people in the community. And I'm always cognizant of this divide and conquer strategy that the hedge funds could have employed with us. That instead of just putting out, someone say, so I care about your money, sell your AMC shares. I care about your money, please sell. This is a dead cat, just sell, get out now. I really do care about your money. Because we're never going to believe that guy, right? We're like, oh, come on, who's paying you to post these comments, right? But if there's someone in the community that we trust, and every day they're going after a certain section of the AMC community, or they're creating that division, that weakens our community. We get frustrated. We get, I can't deal with all this drama anymore. And we turn out, and we're just not as strong as we used to be. Or you just consider your side is the real AMC investors, and these other people, they're imposters. And I think we see that, quite frankly, with America today. We're the real Americans. These other people, these other Americans, they're the enemy. And I often think about that. You look at this country. We're protected by two huge oceans. We're also protected by two friendly neighbors in Canada and Mexico. How would, let's say, if Russia and China wanted to team up and maybe get a little help from Iran and North Korea, and they want to turn the world into, their totalitarian state that they run in their country, they want to do that to the world. They want to take away everybody's rights. They want everybody to support their governments. But what's standing in the way? The United States. They're not going to be able to do that to the whole world. They may do it to their own countries or their own region possibly, but they're not going to do it to the world. And the reason they're not is because of the United States. So it's in their interest, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, these totalitarian states, to take out the United States. Well, you've got geographically, it's hard to do because of the oceans and the two friendly countries. So that's kind of a hard thing. You could use nuclear weapons, but we're just going to nuke you right back. So you haven't won anything in that essence. You could sort of attack us with a virus like maybe we've just gone through, but we can do that. And if we ever found out somebody really did that, there would be repercussions in that. So how do you defeat the United States? You use this strategy, divide and conquer. You look at the American public, you see what divides them. My God, we went to war over a beer can. There's a great Twilight Zone episode where the aliens invade, and all they do is turn the power on and off, right? And everybody goes crazy. And the episode ends with the aliens up on a hill looking down at the community of this small town that's just gone nuts and is attacking and turning on itself, right? And the aliens say, see, we don't need a major invasions force to conquer this planet. We just basically have to turn the light switch on and off, and they're going to destroy themselves. And you look at this country and the divisions, and if you have enemies overseas, all they have to do through social media and any other means is keep feeding those divisions and turning Americans against each other. We're always going to have our differences, but look at the people that seem to really go out of their way to antagonize the other side, to really go after and create that conflict, create that division. They thrive off of it. This is how they get their money. And you wonder who's supporting these politicians. And the same would be true for us going after another nation. If there was someone in China creating havoc for the government and dividing the Chinese people, and maybe we thought, hey, maybe we can divide them, and then there's one side that we can appeal to and get their interest. Would we support that person, covertly in China doing that? Same thing in Russia. Would we probably would. The American people would. So possibly the same thing could be going on in this country. So always be mindful of that. When you see people in our country really dividing us, really going after us to, just keep us going apart, instead of talking about unity, instead of coming back together, instead of trying to find common ground, they talk about the enemy and conquering and civil war and getting divorced. Those are the people you need to be mindful of and watch out for, because maybe they just are very passionate about their opinions, or maybe they have an objective to divide and conquer the United States, and they'll weaken us from within and cause great division, and then we're susceptible to, an invasion, or at least, becoming two countries and not being able to put up the defense and be active in the world to try and keep the peace, as we've done since World War II as best we can. So the same thing is true for the AMC community. Just be mindful that keep appealing to unity within the AMC community, and being strong as apes. I know we're going to have difference of opinions. I'm not saying you can't voice your opinion, but do it in a way that hopefully it's respectful of the community, and we still, are a solid group, and we can move forward. But that's the strategy of divide and conquer. That's why it's important. As a community, we came together, we bought and hold, and we still are. And let's see this thing through the end, instead of being divided into two separate communities where we don't trust each other anymore. And always think of this: what would the hedge funds want? What would the hedge funds that have been shorting our company so much, what would they want? Do they want us unified? Do they want us getting along and happy? Or do they want us divided? Do they want us angry with each other and so fed up with this play that now we just want out? We just want to sell our shares. We're just so frustrated, and we're just so tired that's it. I'm done. I'm out. Think about that. Hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you to the 1,000 subscribers I have now. That's awesome. You guys made this possible, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.